beautiful Aries, and welcome to your horoscope for April of 2021. Where first and foremost, Aries, happy birthday. Whether you are in the March or the April Aries group, happy birthday. The sun is with you. This is your energy. It is lit up, which is the indicator that it's not about planning and thinking and looking at what it is that you want to do for the next year. You did that when the energies were in the 12th house. You did that during Pisces season. This is the time to do what Aries does, what you're built to do, to initiate. So instead of just thinking about what you want to be doing, now is the time, Aries, start being the Aries you've been thinking about and you've been saying that you wanted to be in this next year. It's really a very exciting time. Now, whatever is happening around your birthday time, just happy birthday from me to you. Now, also happening this month, Aries, it's a beautiful month of astrology learning and education. The Astrology Student Conference is this month. OPA's conference is this month. And as we push towards May, we'll also come into Norwalk. So I hope you are exploring conferencing and going to do some astro learning as well. I hope truly that you are enjoying the YouTube Astrology Academy that's happening right here on this channel. Remember that on Wednesdays and Saturdays, we answer questions. So if you're watching videos and you've got questions, leave them under those videos and we'll get to them twice a week, okay? All right, my beautiful Aries friends, let's jump in here and talk about what's going on this month. And I want you to keep in mind as you're listening, this is a general reading. You can listen to it for your sun, moon, or rising. I cast them for the sun. So you just think about that as you're going through. Where does this align and relate for you? But also, this is a general. So look at your own chart, pull up your own chart and see where these energies are actually playing out, okay? All right, right at the beginning of the month, as we're coming in on the 3rd, we see Mercury, our communication planet, moving into the energy of Aries. So this is like powerful talking. It is direct talking. It is direct thinking. It is Mercury focused and in action. It can be quite fiery as well. Now, we'll experience Mercury being in this fire energy, lighting up your first house until April 19th. So you've got a couple weeks with this energy. So I would tell you, Aries, say what you need to say. What do you need to say? What contracts do you need to sign? What do you need to take yourself out there in the world and actually make some decisions on? Put your foot down on some things. Where do you need to take this communication, learning, connection energy? Now, I also think about Mercury being the energy of siblings. So here we are at the beginning of the month. You know, do you have siblings coming in, or you're doing something with your siblings to celebrate your birthday or to celebrate something going on at this time? Whatever it is, Mercury is really actually quite comfortable here in the energy of Aries because it's focused on whatever it is that you're doing. The other thing I think about with Mercury in your sign, in your first house, is this is again not where you're just deciding who you want to be, what you want to be for this next year. You have already thought it out. Now it's time to take your words, your actions, and your reputation and your integrity out there and build that new vision of Aries, okay? On the 11th, we're going to have a new moon in the energy of Aries. Now, this one is going to happen at 22 degrees of Aries, so make sure you locate that at your chart so you can see where this is actually happening for you. Because this is a new moon, we're going to plant our seeds of intention, and we plant in the dark, in the soil of magic. So here is your chance. Who are you going to be when you step out of bed in the morning for this next year and probably longer going forward? What is it under this new moon you would like to cultivate in yourself this year? Now, this particular moon is actually going to be forming a square with Pluto, and I think that's important to consider right now, because while I also think that this new moon is giving you a place and a time to plant the magic and start something new, sometimes to start something new, I have to be very willing to put down some old behaviors, old habits, old beliefs that were no longer working and serving me anymore. And this square to Pluto usually does a good job at digging those up and showing us. And it can be really productive to see these old beliefs, these old habits, in order to let the newness come. But it can also be quite destructive. If you find yourself feeling like you're obsessive or you're compulsive about something, that is an indicator for you to stop and look at what's going on right there under the rays of this moon. So you'll look at it for about the next 4 weeks, okay? On the 14th, now we have Venus entering into the energy of Taurus. Now it's fun because at the beginning of the month, as Mercury came in, the sun comes in, Venus is in the energy of Aries. You are lit up with the blessings of let's initiate, let's move forward in a way that is really beautiful. And then Venus moves into the energy of Taurus, where she's totally comfortable, ruling planet of this energy and bringing life to your money, to your value sector, to your second house, okay? Now, Venus is going to play in this energy from April 14th all the way until May 8th. So you've got several weeks to work with this. As Venus comes home to the second house, we start to think about, what are my values? Where is my self-esteem? What are my creative skills and talents that I know I have that I can take out in the world and share with people? Where am I in my connections with my relationships? Are they deep? Are they earthy? Are they Tauran? Am I moving too fast in my life so I'm not actually getting the chance to spend valuable time in this area? Now, the other thing I think Venus does is it may make you want to, it's birthday time. You may want to buy more expensive things. So if that is something that comes to your table, just know that Venus is actually trying to create a little bit of harmony here, not so much the disunity, okay? On the 19th, we see Mercury entering into Taurus as well. We're going to see the sun moving into Taurus as well. So now the energies start to take a slowdown. And the thing to keep in mind here, Aries, is that your energy is about the initiation of things. That's why I'm telling you, as you're coming into this month, stop thinking about who you want to be. Stop thinking about what you want to do. Do it. Initiate. Taurus season is the time where these energies, your mind, your energy of the sun, which brings light, heat, and vitality, are slowed down enough that it's time for them to sustain where you are going next. It is time for these energies to work naturally with you and sustain your value house, sustain your money-making abilities, sustain your relationships under these particular energies. Now, I will also say too, as the sun moves into the energy of Taurus, one of the things that I think about is that you may find yourself more surrounded or attracted to Taurus people or slower moving energies, because it is so great to want to be something different, to have something different or a different experience, but we usually have to learn in order to do that, and you got to slow down so you can crawl, walk, run. So make use of this Taurus season, okay? Now, on the 23rd, we're going to see Mars, your ruling energy, moving into the sign of Cancer. This is going to light up the fourth house space for you, okay? Now, we're going to see this energy here all the way until June. So we've got your planet in this sign for quite some time, okay? Now, Mars in the energy of Cancer lighting up the fourth house space for you. Home, family, real estate, property, your internal foundations, your psychological foundations. What makes you feel secure here? Aries, what actions do you even need to be taking around home? Could this be too for you, Aries, maybe somebody in your home has something going on and you're really stepping into that nurturing position. You're caring for them. Are you acting as like, are the grandkids coming over and you're getting to parent or nurture in that way? I definitely think as we see these energies traveling, your motivations, your desires around home or the things that make you feel secure will really, really beef up at this time. And you're taking those actions to allow those things to happen. On the 26th, we've got a full moon happening in the energy of Scorpio, which is going to light up your 8th house space. Now, this moon is going to be at 7 degrees of Scorpio. So if you have personal planets in your chart, Aries, at 7 degrees, you're going to pay a little bit more attention to that because it's definitely going to be impacting that. Now, this moon is also going to align with Uranus, but form a square to Saturn. So the full moon says that something needs to be ended, acknowledged, or adjusted. So as we're here at this particular time, if there is debt that you wanted to clean out, if there is something more vulnerable or there's a shared connection that you felt like you needed to make an adjustment to. I also think, Aries, for you, I really just keep having this sense of like it's like an old friendship or it's like an old belief that you were really connected to and maybe something happened and it got severed. And this is like this moon is essentially trying to give you a healing. It's trying to give you a healing, but I think it's going to take a couple weeks. Whatever it is, this full moon, I actually think is a little bit more about the rebirth process than just flat out cathartic death, okay? But it can be really transformational, I think, at this particular time. Now, as we close out this month and we get to the 27th, we're going to see Pluto turning retrograde. So remember, we've had a fair amount of the month that has been that forward action and energy of initiation, of moving forward. And now Pluto is going to take its retrograde. And from here, in the next few months, we'll see the rest of the planets retrograde as well. So we're going to start to review all of the things that we've initiated, okay? As Pluto goes retrograde, it's going to go retrograde in the energy of Capricorn, so lighting up your 10th house space, tip top of the chart. Now, Pluto is going to turn retrograde at 26 degrees of Capricorn, so locate that on your chart. What do you have there? What planets are next to it? Do you have an angle that's there? Where is the retrograde zooming your attention into? In the general, it is definitely going to be things in your career, things about what we know you doing in public, what's your public reputation. It could even be things, what do we call you? Were you married and now you're not married? Were you single and now you're married? What is it that has changed in your title or how we know you out there? And as Pluto retrogrades, it's trying to refine this particular area. Now remember, we just had a full moon in Scorpio, who is one of the ruling, Pluto is one of the ruling planets of Scorpio. So again, in your reputation in the world, are you breaking apart from a friendship? Are you breaking apart from something that you had a really strong joint connection with? This could even be debt, because to be a person who's in debt versus a person that's free, those are two different titles in the world. So think about where this is freeing you up this month and giving you the ability to move more free with less luggage, more spirituality, more clarity, more connection, more intimacy as you finish out April. All right, my beautiful friends, I hope it's going to be a beautiful month for you. Remember, the generals are never saying everybody's going to have the best month ever. It's just a guide to help you see which energies are available to navigate and maybe some good ways to think about them so that you can use the energies to the best of your ability, okay? All right, you guys, check the description box down below to check out all the astro goodies. There's even commonly asked questions and answers in the description box for you now as well. Like this video, comment, share, subscribe. Know I love you a ton, and I look forward to seeing you next month. Bye, Aries.